What's going on, guys? Dr. Matt here. I want to go over a couple tips and tricks you can do for nutrition in general, but also specific if you want to lose weight. So, the gold standard is macro tracking. That's the best way you can really dial in exactly what you're eating. So, tracking whatever all the foods you're eating in an app like MyFitnessPal, or tracking in a different app calories, macronutrients. And that way, you can really dial in each day and make adjustments as you go along. Sometimes tougher to do, but your best option. A caveat to that is still, even if you do that, you do still want to eat as much real food as possible. So still avoid the processed stuff, still avoid the junk foods. Some people are really loose with the macro tracking sometimes, and maybe you can eat 2,000 calories a day of maybe, let's say, for example, purely ice cream. Still not your best bet. You still might be able to lose weight if you're doing stuff like that, but eating as much real food as possible is going to keep you healthiest and best body composition for the long term. Uh, Next method is portion control. So if you circle here, separate that into protein, carbs, fats. So if you think about your dinner plate, have some vegetables on there, have some protein on there, and have some carbohydrates on there, and maybe some just fats just kind of mixed in. And if you do that for all your meals, you can have a pretty good idea of what you're eating day to day, especially if your meals aren't changing too much. And by doing this, you can basically have a loose way of quantifying how much you're eating each day. It's not a perfect system, but for a lot of people, this works pretty well, especially if they don't want to dial in and actually track, whether it's on paper or pen or on an app, what they're actually eating. And still on this one, the same rule applies. Eat as much real food as possible. Avoid the processed stuff. Avoid the junk food. Avoid the fried food. Avoid the desserts as much as you can. I mean, a little cheat meal here and there, totally fine. But if as long as you eat mostly real foods, foods with minimal ingredients, foods on the outside perimeter of the grocery store, you're gonna be in pretty good shape there. Um, other tips and tricks. And again, we're doing base level here, really simple, trying to keep it as simple as possible. Um, what gets measured gets managed. So if you at least weigh yourself on a semi-regular basis, once a week is usually a good idea. Then you can have an idea of, is this working or not? Do I need to make changes? If you weigh yourself infrequently, maybe randomly or like once a month or less than that, then you might not know if what you're doing is working, no matter what your goal is. So somewhat frequent data measurement is going to be helpful for you to reach your goals. And another big one is just drink enough water. This can be really helpful if you're really hungry, if you're on a diet. You might also just need water. You might be dehydrated. That can make you more hungry. Drink water with your meals. That can help you eat your meals a little slower, so you're more satisfied from your meals. But just in general, drinking enough water can be really helpful. So that's just basic nutrition. Again, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm a physical therapist by trade. If you want really in-depth knowledge, or you're looking to work with someone for a specific, especially if you have a specific condition like maybe diabetes or something like that going on, then you really want to talk to a nutritionist. But just from what I've seen and what I've worked with people, this is a really, really good starting point.